We are a couple who wants to encourage you to live your best life and welcome you to a family. We are a carefree people with expressive vibes. So tune in with us, cause we're your teammates on Team Rochelle. Yeah, so tune in with us on Team Rochelle. We'll give you the best advice on Team Rochelle. We're a family, yeah. Team Rochelle. You rolling with Team Rochelle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Team Rochelle.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jarell, Rochelle, and
Madeline Rochelle.
And this is our midweek check-in. And we're back. Thank you for cutting off that note. That was fire. Anyway, so we decided to do something a little bit different. We wanted to talk with teammates, but we wanted to talk with Team Rochelle. And so y'all know the format. We bring people on the show. Next week we're going to have Kyle and Reed. Guys, this episode is phenomenal. You're going to love their energy. But right now, we're going to do us for the midweek check-in. So you guys know the drill. We comment on something that we love about our spouse or our person, and then we tell you guys what we're working on, and hopefully it'll inspire some change in your relationship, get you going, get you flowing, get you percolating and twerking, and we'll just go from there. Always trying to twerk every video. Have you ever heard of the shocker, where someone shocks you? Hit me with the shocker. Hit me with the taser, baby.
I've never heard of it.
That's a taser. That's a taser. Huntsville, Texas, shenanigans. All my Huntsvillians, eat 'em up cats. But who wants to start first?
Things in a sentence. I'll start first.
Okay, so she's about to start.
So I think for me, I've said this before, but it's always true. My favorite thing about Jarell Rochelle is that he's always himself 100% of the time.
Facts. To my detriment.
And well, so there's this thing where it's like, I think some people are more like, they kind of, well, let me be honest, me, adapt to like the environment, and like he's like, I'm just me no matter what. And for you, you might think whatever about it, but I love it. I think it's awesome. I think that no matter where you go, like you're always yourself, and that makes you very it's like, it's just always consistent. Like, you don't change yourself up for anybody, no matter the circumstance, no matter what's going on, not to please people, not because you want to fit in, like literally nothing. If he's like, I don't fit in, I'm Jarell Rochelle, like, and I love it. And so I think I love it so much because I admire it, and I've seen us go through different phases, and he's always just consistent, and it's very attractive, and I love it. So.
Wow, I'm honored and
solid.
Thank you. That means a lot. It you know, it's a great thing, it's a blessing, but sometimes it comes at a cost. And you know, I just try to keep it consistent.
But even when it comes at I think that's the part though that's the greatest. Even when it comes at a cost, like you still don't compromise.
Thank you.
And that's what's really cool to me. It's like when you see it, it's like you don't do it just when it's easy. But when it's really hard, if everybody was like pointing your finger and being like, change, you'd be like, no.
I'm not going to.
So, I love that.
Thank you. I want to kiss you. Thank you. Now for real, that makes my heart like happy. Okay, so one thing that I truly love about Maddie, and this is like something that I'm sure everybody who's come into contact with her knows, is you have the patience of a saint, of a Mother Teresa. Like, literally, like anything can happen in the world, and your demeanor and your response to like conflict, or if something's happening that's pleasant, or you're going through something, like your patience, or even with Addie, our baby girl, like you are so patient. Sometimes I wonder, like, you know that meme where like God's making all this stuff, and like did God trip and like have like a bat of it, and then he's like, oh snap, there goes patience. All right, like, because I don't know, like I cannot fathom sometimes that level of patience, even in myself, and I reflect constantly. Like, you know somebody's good at something when it makes you reflect on yourself, and like that virtue in you, that's the only word I can think of, that virtue of patience within her is a beautiful thing, and it's been a ground that has been a firm foundation for your growth. Like, your patience with others and your patience with self to understand that life is a process, like, and growth is a process. So I admire that in you so much, and I think it's a virtuous characteristic that will never go out of style or grace. So yeah, that's good.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I love it. Look at us, just accepting
I know, like
compliments.
we're receiving, like, but I mean, it's true, guys.
Washed in compliments.
Like, the thing is about like, I guess compliments are only as effective as they're received.
You take them.
And sometimes you can just slap away good things that your partner says or just wash them off. But the fact is that you have to like soak it in. You have to be a sponge and like, like to for her to acknowledge that I am a person who's unchanging. Like, first of all, that's a characteristic of God. Like, all glory to God for that. But it's like, that's something that is powerful. And so as I receive that, I'm going to keep emulating that even more because she noticed it, and it's a attribute of me that is a strength. And
it's a strength.
I enjoy, like, in the same way with her. So receive.
Yeah.
You can hear it, but you got to receive it too.
Receive the love.
All right, so now what are we working on, Matt, individually, like, or as a couple, but individually? What do you think?
Yeah, so I think something that is always a growing process. I think there's a lot in relationships that's like always kind of a growing process because you're growing together as people. For me, it's always been communication. Like, the way that we communicate with each other, regardless of the time, is always kind of like it's always changing. It's ever growing because it's something that we're constantly pruning, and it's something that, just as you change with time, it's like you have to change different tactics. And for me, communication has always been a big one, and I think that's usually where I ask for, like, if we're getting outside advice or counsel or whatever, that's usually what I'm focusing on, is like, how can I be a more effective communicator, and how can we speak effectively so there's no like dips in our conversation or misunderstandings, or there's less of them because we're people, and it's going to happen. But
that's true.
I think that's what is always kind of continually
like how you stretch that out.
Happening.
Graceful. That's graceful. For me, I think an area that we're working on and growing in and developing is, we talked about our superpower being that we always spend time together, and in this season, because of circumstance and opportunity, we're actually having to spend a lot of time apart, and the struggle in that is like, I don't have my shoulder to lean on, as in the other way too. That sometimes can breed a codependency and comfortability. But now it's like, because I'll be going to school, you'll be teaching. Right now I'm working, we're going our separate ways, and it's allowing ourselves to find our individuality again outside of each other. So to me, like, that's a beautiful thing, because you can have too much of one thing, and then it ends up like, it ends up being and that's so good, like, what is it? Popsicles, like, you can have a lot. I said that because pop souls, because Addie calls them pop souls. But you can have a lot of popsicles, and it's good. But if you have 15 of them jokers, like, you're not gonna want them. You know what I mean? You're not gonna want them jokers. And so for me personally, like, being able to tap into our individual selves, being able to get to the core of who we are, what we love, what we're passionate about, and then bring that together again is awesome. So that's the good part about that.
Yeah.
Which is a good segue.
I was gonna say, on Sunday we have another episode of Talking with Teammates.
Yes.
Which we absolutely love, being able to talk with people in the community, and like Jarell said before, it's with Kyle and Reed.
Yeah.
They are fabulous, energetic,
fabulous married
amazing
couple.
people, and they're just awesome. So 7 p.m. on Sunday. Tune in for another episode of Talking with Teammates.
Also, just want to say, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do like and subscribe to our channel.
Yes.
We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, and we're gonna have a road to 1,000 as we keep going. Because basically our channel will be monetized by then. So that is our goal. We're trying to hit 1,000 of that. I just put that news on her. She ain't know. But 1,000. The road to 1,000 subscribers starts with you. So please like, subscribe, comment. I don't know what else. Subscribe, comment, and continue to roll with us. We love you guys. We're praying for you. Stay tuned.
See you on Sunday.
Ooh, stay fresh. Ooh, light skin out.
Rochelle.